Hello at Extranet. We are going to show you today our EVO1 line from in our technical lab here in Austria. My name is Dietmar. Next to me is Sigi, one of my colleagues. He will explain everything to you direct at the line, and I will give you some overview. Sigi, what will we see today?
Hello, welcome to Extranet from my side as well. As Dietmar mentioned, my name is Sigi Bramberger. So we will show you the fusion line. This is a Performance 90 extruder. That's the main extruder with one single PLC for the whole downstream. On the side we have a co-extruder CS30 for the small capstock what we use. We do a production run for one of our customers today. Then we will show you one of the new equipment we have. That's a combined gravimetric system with a two sides volumetric dosing system for recycle components for master batching, completely hoseless flow controlled, water flow controlled calibration system, our standard calibration table. Whole of we will have an inline, a fully integrated inline measurement system, an inline printing system for the barcode for the reference of the profile sample, and an inline stacking unit where we stack the profile to the stillage. Okay?
Good. While Sigi is going out, I will give you an overview of the line. So you can see that we have here installed four extrusion lines, and that one next to the window, that's the number one, is our so-called EVO1, where we implemented all of our technology we have available so far. The stacking unit, which Sigi mentioned, is that one at the very end. You see it here, and from there we will start right now to explain to you a little bit this extrusion line, our EVO1. Sigi, if you go out to the extruder and we will see us there. Yeah? In the meantime, yes, this is the stacking unit. What was the missing machine for our entire extrusion line? We developed that roughly 2 years ago. And yes, of course, this stacking unit again is completely implemented to our PLC control. So that does mean when you change from one tool to the other, you just choose the tool number from the recipe list, and all the settings are done. As you can see here right now, the stacking unit, of course, can turn the profiles because sometimes they have to be moved together, rotated, so to save some space in the stillage. You have just seen before, there's also a length measurement control inside, and also the weight of the profile will be measured, and this information is going also to the database where we can evaluate it and also tell the machine that for example, if the profile weight is too high, that we can speed up or reduce the output of the extruder, whatever is possible. Why we can do that? Because we have combined this machine also with an inline measuring system. There you see our cutting device. It's a hot knife. By the way, most of the cutting device we are going to deliver hot knife or guillotines. That's always not really very common anymore. There you see now the inline measuring system, and this works together with the quality check at the end, so profile weight and length. And if we bring this together with the dimensions, so we can measure the dimensions here on the screen. You see the green and yellow. So everything looks good so far, because if it's red color, something is out of tolerance. And also you see that we can measure the surface quality. So that does mean, yes, here we see the service quality measurement. That does mean we can do the complete quality control, or roughly the complete quality control inline. And this information and all the process data are included in the barcode, which is printed to the profile every few meters. So that does mean if you take one of your profiles and scan the barcode, you know all process data exactly from that moment of production. So we can say this is the DNA of the profile. Yes, then you see a little bit moving our caterpillar Harloff. There's not so much to say, but maybe something also interesting. As you can see, you see here some gearboxes, and with that gearboxes, we can move the upper carrier left and right, so from to non-operator side or operator side. And this is quite helpful if you have different profiles with different contours and shapes. And by moving the caterpillar, you can um, sometimes reduce the number of special hollow pads, which is necessary normally when you have different shapes. So we just move one of the carrier out of the middle and can save a lot of changeover time once again here with that machine. By the way, we are following up two main things. This is utilization and scrap rate. For us, it's very important, and of course for our customers, that the downtime of the machine is quite nothing, and the scrap rate as well. And this you can see here on our tooling system also, what is completely integrated in that extrusion line, in that calibration table. And by the way, you see everything is stainless steel, and when we just see here now this view, the dry calibration is completely pipeless. With that configuration, we help the operators to change very fast from one tool to the other, and um, help them also not to make any failures, because there's nothing to do anymore. You put this dry calibration on the table, choose the recipe number from the PLC, and then all settings are done. But now Sigi is at the extrusion line. I will hand over to him, and he can explain you a little bit more.
Yep. Hello. So we will start with the. We'll have one unit, one control for the whole setup. So we control for the downstream. Okay, and there you see in the middle, in the center of the above the extruder, you see in the middle the metric system, which is done in the main material. On the left of the side, you see two dosing units used for recycle, very good for foam recycling as well, percentage. And then we have one single transport screw where the material is pre-mixed before it goes into the real extruder. So that means there is a color change, for example, is done really very quick. And we use here in our lab the white hopper, for example, startup or for stopping the line. That means we save downtime. And for you, for example, in the production, you can program the time stamp, save as much as possible the good products. So use the whole barrel, for example. That gives you 5 or 8 minutes product, and then you purge in time. Okay. So then we show you here. This is the standard extruder. I show you now the downstream equipment. This is everything on this line is from the pumps frequency controlled. You see one vacuum pump. We have 1, 2, 3 zones. Each one is set by 300 millibars. So we try to run all tools with a very low minus pressure for less wear, less friction, less pull of force. There you see two frequency controlled separation tanks for the wet tanks, where we have 1, 2, 3, 2 zones. This is the water in. We call it the water spray. One tank, second tank. That means as well we control the water in the wet tanks as well. There we see one of our new features, which is the multiple cooling control. There you see calibrator 1. We have 1, 2 water flow circuits. Each of them is controlled by a system, which means now you see 4 liters. I go down, 5 liters. I go down to 4 liter, and we will show you then on the back where the valve system is, so where the flow goes down. So that shows you in production, or gives you the big advantage if a leakage or a blockage is happening during production in one of the circuits. You get a notice, you get an alert, you get a flashlight or a notification to your production dashboard where you are, and you have the chance to check the tooling, give more water flow, check the process, give more water flow, to avoid a complete stillstand or a complete production stop. Okay, so we see here the calibrator again. As you see, all the water comes from underneath. There's no hose, so this is really a quick change system. So we lift up the whole calibrator here, change it to the next one on the back side. We will go over then to show you where the valves are and where the center lines are, or the center pins are for the calibrator. This is the standard die. There's nothing so really special. It's a rectangular die head. The core extruder is 3E30 as mentioned, just for a little bit skin. And our cameraman will go over now, and Dietmar, you show some of the dashboards in the meantime, please.
Okay, so thank you, Sigi, so far. As you have seen, first of all, we have shown you not only the terminal directly, but also the terminals of the extruder and hollow, which is one in that case. And what I didn't mention so far, all of our machines here in the technical lab and most of the machines going out right now to our customer are fully digital. So you see here one of the standard dashboards. The most important thing at the left corner, the green one on. That does mean production is running. You see all the standard parameters, and everybody who have access can see this. And there's also an alerting system behind. If something is wrong, you will get an email or SMS notification. So this is a standard thing in our available in our equipment. I see that Sigi is already at the back side of the machine. So I hand over to Sigi right now, and he will explain to you the multiple cooling control, the MCC, which you have seen before on the terminal, where all the water pipes, hoses are controlled, and you can set the water flow you need. Sigi.
Yes, you see here, this is zone 1, where you see the 4.0, where I just made, when I was over on the PLC, the change from 5 liter to 4 liter. This is zone 2 with 5 liters. So
I will switch back to the terminal so that you can see that the 4 liters are already there. Just a moment. Yes, so he adjusted zone 1, and this is 4 liter right now. Okay,
Okay.
Sigi?
So this is a sorter valve, so this is a contactless system where we measure the water flow. We have a quick change system, so for any maintenance way, so you see we have quite a lot. We have 16 on this lab machine. We have quite a lot of extra zones. 60, this depends to the tooling what we want to run with you, but you see technical wise this is a 100% proofed system already, and it really works very very well, and gives us or you then really the chance, and this I will show you later, how much water consumption we really need without losing any quality, without losing any output. So really we focus on the exact water amount per channel, especially on the critical channels. You know, there's lag details, and if they are controlled, the process is very very stable from this point of view. Okay, so we show you now the backside of the calibrator. There you see the lifting rings as well in here and underneath, because that's a short calibrator. We can move pneumatic away the complete calibration, the water tank system, so for longer calibrators as well. And this one is the guided spin, more or less, so we lift it up, slide the calibrator this way. That's the rough guiding, the rough connection, and then you lift it down. There's no pipe work to do. You can't make any mistake. It's linked, it's fixed. The recipe we will show you then later on again on the PLC. Each profile has his overview, calibrator 1 and 2. We load the recipe with all the process parameters, with water flow for channel 1 and 2, and you have the full setup in your machine. Okay, so the operator does not need to set up each day, each time the correct settings, because they are loaded. If you change something, you can decide you want to have the new parameters for the next productions, or the operator can explain to you why he did change, for example, a water flow. What was the reason? So that gives us a good learning curve for a good production.
So you can see now a camera split. Sigi with the dry calibration. On the 2 other or 3 others, you see the control panel at the left top corner from the extruder and calibration table, and the left side, that one from the stacking unit, where you also see that, of course, quite easy just to adjust or to program how the profile should be moved together. Okay? And on the top right corner, the dashboard, which is going together, complete. Sigi, it's your turn once again. I don't know what we are going to see next time.
We will show you the further down on the backside, just a standard filter, a double filter system. This is automatically showing you if the water flow pressure is going down. Then adjust to the second one. There you see the separation tank system. This is frequency controlled as well. Works over fill level, okay, and you can't hear the little noise what this production line is doing. Therefore, you need to visit us, hopefully soon. But this is really, we can talk in a normal way in here. Okay, so we have one system here. The second one here is not in operation because we only run with 2 tanks. So this would be for higher output possibility as well. Okay, so we go back to the terminal. Titmo, if you hand over please, or take over please.
Sigi will come to the terminal again, and what we want to show you once again at the terminal is this line has 3 management systems installed. First of all, our Eco Plus system, what is the vacuum management system. Then the MCC, multiple cooling control, which you have seen just before. And in addition to that, we also have air management installed, our EMAG. The EMAG at the moment is not used for that tool, but maybe we can see these three functions on the terminal first, where to adjust. I switch again to the mobile camera, and then I will always move between the big video signal and the dashboards where you can see everything. Just a moment. So there you can see at the left or at the right corner, top corner, this is the Eco Plus system. See, can you maybe explain a little bit the system? We have the vacuum pump there, we have the tank in between, and with valves we control the zones.
There you see there is one single vacuum pump installed, which is VN125, and you see 800 RPMs per minute. So this is the lowest possible RPM that we allow to run the vacuum pump to ensure that the liquid ring working. So this is a very sealed process. We have 1, 2, 3 vacuum zones, and we run minus 300, and there is the vacuum, or the energy consumption of the vacuum pump is quite low. Okay, so for example, this one here, 23 kW, this shows you the power consumption right now from this. I mean, this is not the highest output, to be fair, this is around 110 kilogram, but you see what is possible, okay? And on the small right corner here, you see the inlet pressure what we have, and the water consumption in liter per minute, and the water temperature. So we only have, I don't have my glasses, but you can read this here, that's the water inlet, so not really much water
just
using for the line.
We can see that it is 47 liters, which is 2.8 cubic meters per hour. So it's quite nothing, and this we have achieved by with the MCC, with the water management system. As Sigi mentioned, there's one vacuum pump necessary only. We normally run the under pressure levels for the dry calibration at 0.25 to 0.23, as you can see here. But Sigi, maybe you can adjust zone 2 to a different level, and that we can show how this does work. Yes, so
I did put up vacuum zone 2 to minus 4 millibar. You see the color changed into, what is it, a different color. That means we are out of production mode now, because I did change manual something.
Yes, as you can see right now, it took not very long, and the zone 2 is now at 0.4 bar, and yes, once again, necessary to mention, with one vacuum pumps, the main vacuum tank, and the valves in between to the blocks of the dry calibration. Sigi, can you switch back to production, because then we, yes, so he is pushing the button, production button right now. You can see it here green, and also the orange color should be gone. And at our dashboard, we should see then also that it is back to production. Yes, so this is was now the vacuum management system, the system Eco Plus. The MCC, Sigi, can you, it's highlighted right now, the green button, once again to show the MCC on the screen. Can you switch to that?
Yes, we show you the MCC. Again, as you see, zone 1, which is this one in the bottom line, I did remove or reduce to 5 liters. I go back to the normal, or from 4 liters to 5 liters. You see, this is adjustable manually, but as well we have the possibility to control this automatically. That means if there is a deviation from the set point, by the tolerance, let's say about 10%, what we want, you will get an alert, and means that you or your operators can have the chance to go active onto the line to look what's going on before you have a gram up. A complete stop.
Switching to another line where we can show you the EMAC. The EMAC, as we mentioned before, is our vacuum system. I will switch to the terminal right now. Just give me the possibilities that we can see it a little bit better. Yes, Sigi, I have now the direct view. We will not see you, but you can explain now and switch it on maybe.
I switch on the EMAC. That means this is a standard window frame where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 air zones available. Okay, that means we can put 7.5 liters, for example. It's now green, so the system is working. That means this leg is controlled now over 7.5 liters per minute air onto the leg between die and calibrator. Therefore, we can use this for a stable production, or we use it to cool down the leg detail to make sure that we have, if it's for example oversized, continuous and a process safe production. Okay.
And the important thing is that all these systems, management systems like multiple cooling control, Eco Plus, and EMAC, as you see here, are part of our total PLC, and it's stored to that profile you see here. So if you want to run this product next time, you just choose the profile number or tooling number from the recipe list and start it again. But maybe, Sigi, you can show us also the pipes from the EMAC. Just show us the outlets, nothing else. This is not installed. I switch to the mobile camera now. Yes.
You see here this 1, 2, 3, and on the operator side we have 4 zones, and the air is coming out here. So but then we use a connection from here to the cooling plate, which is customized or is always profile related, where we control the different or the special leg details over this EMAC system.
Yes, and this EMAC normally it's also not installed for that tooling, but maybe we can see the entrance of the dry calibration. So if the EMAC system is in use, there we have 1, 2 or more plates. It's installed, and these are connected with the EMAC air support. And with that system, we can guarantee that we have the exact and controlled airflow on a special defined position. And this does mean also next time when you start the production, you have the airflow exactly there where it should be. So here now you see once again the dashboard from our EVO1 line. Yes, so different dashboards. So this is the overview about our technical lab. So we have 4 lines. The line 3 is completely switched off at the moment. And there you see the general information from the total extrusion plant. So line 3 coming up also right now. There you see the general information, tool number, if it's in production, the material, and some other informations like total water flow, total energy consumption. But then, of course, we also can go into some details. So here you see again the four extrusion lines. This is the alerting system. So as I mentioned before, for example, if for example, if there is the vacuum zone 1, which is the most important one for the stable production, has some variations, somebody will get an information, an alert, just to check what's going on. But also the extrusion line itself can handle failures like this. And if there's no reply from nobody, at the end also the machine can stop itself just to prevent the extrusion process to create the mushroom formation between die and calibration, which ends up in a lot of work for the operators. So our equipment is not only digital, all data will be stored in a MSQL database, and there we can evaluate everything. Yes, so Sigi is also back to me right now. Thanks a lot for your attention. This was now an overview about our technical lab and especially about our EVO1 line, which is our fully optimized extrusion line and in some extent also already autonomous controlled. Yeah, thanks a lot. See you next time, and see has the last words.
Yeah, thanks a lot from my side as well. And I hope there are some interested questions from your side. And I'm happy, or we are happy as a team, to give you the correct answers and provide good solutions for you. Thank you.
See you. Bye.